Hey everybody, it's Tracking Pat, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do DXF programming in the ProtoTRAK SMX. I've made a previous video very similar to this, but this time we're going to do it in the 3-axis mode, so you're also going to see how to plug in all of your Z dimensions. So what do you say? Let's get started. Okay, so here we are at the main screen, and as always I just want to remind you this is my demo box and I do have a mouse plugged in. That's why you can see the cursor moving around in here. So normally I would start out by I'd have to go to program in and out mode, and I would have to open my file depending on where I have it. Generally it would be on your memory stick. I'm going to open a file here from the actual hard drive, and it's this one that we call sample number 6. I thought it'd be a good one to show you. So like all DXFs, I've got different information on different layers, and what I'm going to do first is hide the things I don't need. So I don't need 0, I don't need the dimensions, and I don't need the border. So that leaves me my part geometry, and I'm just going to select continue. And now it's asking me again whether I want to close any gap that's less than 5 thousandths. I'm going to say yes here. And next it's going to ask me what I want to call my part 0, and here are my normal options that I have. I'm going to select C and just grab the center of this circle as my 0 point and hit continue. Now in here I do want to add a couple of new points to this so that I can walk on and off of the profile for the outside of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this thing up or just make it smaller. I got a couple choices, but I think the easy thing would be just to move it up here. Okay, so let me do that. Sorry, I'm kind of at an angle, so it's hard to see where I'm at here. So let me just drag that right. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to select near this corner and just drag this line out here to walk on, and I'm going to go back to the same corner and just drag a line to walk off. That'll give me that ability. As a reminder, there's a button up here at the top, which is a fit draw button, puts it right back in the middle of the screen. I'm going to push continue right here. So the first thing I want to do is drill some holes, and I'm going to start out by center drilling. So I'm going to select drill. Take the center hole on these 4, like so. Whoops, wrong one. Hit the undo button. The right one. And I'm also going to do this one to make it easier for myself. When I go up here to the event button, I just got to fill in the information. So I've got the fact that I'm drilling here. I've got a Z rapid of 50 thousandths above the part. I'm going 150 deep to center drill. I only need 1 peck. I'm going to do it at 1200 RPM, 5 inches per minute. Tool number 1. You'll notice everything over here is green. Select the event button again. I'm going to re-drill, but this time drill through, so I'm going to select the exact same rings. You'll notice I change colors as I hit them. So they go back to purple. Same sequence, but a little bit different information. So I am drilling. I'm going to still use 50 thousandths as my rapid, but my part is a ½ inch deep. So I'm going to go minus 0.6 for my depth. I'm going to put 8 pecks in here. I'm going to change my RPM for the size of the drill bit. Use the same feed rate, tool number 2. You'll see everything's green again. Hit the event key. Next thing I want to do is I want to counter bore these holes, but I also want to bore out this circle to have it completed. So I'm going to do it like so. I'm going to say I want to do a pocket. I do not want a chain, which means I'm not connecting them together. But then I'm just going to select each of the outer geometries here. And when I go up to the top here, now I'm going to fill in the information for my actual counter bore, which is 300 thousandths deep. So again, my Z rapid is at 50. I'm going to go minus 0.3. Okay, the radius is in there. I'm going to go counterclockwise to climb mill it. I'm going to do it in 2 passes. I'm going to use an entry mode of plunge, which is number 2 on the screen you see in the green box. Since I've already got a hole, it makes more sense. It's faster to plunge. My finish cut I'm going to leave is 10 thousandths. I'm going to run this at 1800 for both the standard and the finish cut. My plunge feed rate of 5 is good enough, but I can machine it at 20. I'll slow it down a little bit for a better finish cut, and I'm going to use tool number 3. Now you'll notice in here that there's my circular pocket that's completed, but as I page through here, you'll see every one of them is finished. However, this one goes all the way through. So all I'm going to do is take the information I have in here and just come down and make a couple slight changes. I'm going to go minus 0.550, and then I'm going to also add a couple more passes to get through the part. The rest of it's exactly the same. So I'm going to hit the event key, and now I've got two more parts. I've got a pocket in here and I've got a profile here. So I'm going to go pocket, no, click, go back to event. In here, the information I need is as so. 50 thousandths above, it's a 1/4 inch deep. I'm going to climb mill it in 2 passes. I'm going to use the ramp to get into the part this time because there's no hole previously drilled. I'm going to use my 10 thousandths finish cut. I'm going to use a different RPM because I'm actually going to a bigger end mill. Okay, so I'm going to slow that down. Use my 5 inches for entry, but I'm going to do it at 15 inches a minute here for both the rough and the finish. Use tool number 4. Everything is complete there, and then my last part is going to be to do the profile. So I select profile. This time I do want a chain. I want to start with my first piece that I added earlier. Tell it to go this direction. You'll notice it stopped here. Our programs are basically made to teach, so you'll notice here that there's a gap that's bigger than the 5,000. So it's just asking me, do I want to complete the process? Yes, I do. You'll see everything's highlighted. Go to the event button, fill in the information. So still using that 50. This time I got to go minus 550 to get the complete part. My tool is on the left. I'm going to do it in 3 passes, 10 thousandths finish cut. My RPMs and everything else will already be in here, so I can just fly through that part. You'll see there's my completed part. Everything is green. Select my event key one more time and then push End DXF. It's going to ask me, am I sure? I'm going to say yes. Now to keep the video nice and easy and short, you'll see that first of all, when I go to program mode, if I push the look button, there's my completed part. It looks just like my DXF, right? Next thing I'm going to do is change modes and go to setup mode. And in here, I'm going to look at the tool table. Now I've already set the tool table up just to save some time, but you'll see that I have my center drill, my smaller end mill, and my larger end mill all set up in here, right? Hit return. I'm going to go to the tool path, switch to the top view so you can see how it spirals out to do the pockets. Everything in here looks good. I'm going to hit the back key. It's the one I can't hit with the mouse. Go to verify part. And in here, I'm going to hit make part, okay? When I go to make part and I hit verify part here, you're going to see in here that it's going to do the drilling. It's going to come back and do the counter bores. Finish that last hole in the right side. Then come in with the bigger end mill, do my 2 passes for the pocket, cut the outside of the part. So as you guys can see, it's pretty simple to use the 3-axis for DXF just as it is to use the 2-axis. And from here on out, you ought to be able to find your way around. But if not, don't forget to leave me a comment down here and I'll help you any way I can. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. And as always, remember to keep on tracking. Hey everybody, it's Tracking Pat, and today I'm here with the West Coast crew, along with Chuck Farmer from Intech Funding. He's the guy who's going to help you get that beautiful new ProtoTRAK right on your floor. So don't forget, next time you're buying, talk to Chuck. In the meantime, if you're enjoying these videos and you want to see the next one, just push this button over here. If you want to subscribe, push the button over here. And most importantly, before we see you in the next video, remember to
keep on tracking.